right, so today we're diving into something, well, kind of huge. The Super Bowl.
Huge is an understatement, right?
Yeah, like I don't know, even if you think a touchdown is like some kind of dance move,
Uh-huh. Right.
you've still probably heard of the Super Bowl.
It's just one of those things, it's everywhere.
Exactly. It's like it's woven into the fabric of, I don't know, just culture,
Right.
you
Yeah,
know?
no, for sure.
So we've got this article, and it's super in-depth, and it kind of lays out this journey of how it went from a game to this, like, global phenomenon.
Yeah, the whole evolution is fascinating.
And that's what we're going to try to uncover today. Like, what's the story behind all the spectacle? What's the cultural impact? And really just what makes this game so, well, super. You know?
Absolutely. And I think one of the best places to start is with its roots. The article points out that the first Super Bowl, it was way back in 1967.
Wow, 67.
Yeah, and it was a much, much smaller affair back then. I mean, it really came about because the two big football leagues at the time, the NFL and the AFL, they decided to merge.
Right, right.
And before that, each league had its own championship. So the Super Bowl, it essentially became the ultimate showdown.
So, like, imagine two champions, and then this game comes along to decide, all right, who's the real champ?
Exactly. The one true champion, winner takes all.
And this first one, Super Bowl I, it happened on January 15th, 1967.
A date etched in history for sure.
But you know what's interesting? The article, it really emphasizes how it was just a regular old televised sports event back then.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like what we see now.
No crazy halftime show, no over-the-top commercials, just the game.
It's mind-blowing to think about how much it's changed.
I know, right? The contrast is crazy. Like, from that to this global media event.
Yeah, the piece really highlights that transformation, how it went from being like a sporting event in some neutral stadium mainly for U.S. viewers to
everyone, everywhere.
Yeah, a true global phenomenon.
And the article, it really points to the role of television in all
But
this.
television, absolutely.
Like, more coverage, more people watching.
More people watching meant it got bigger.
Exactly. It just kind of snowballed. And it became about so much more than just, who wins the game.
It transcended the sport itself, for sure.
Totally. But at the beginning, I mean, the main draw was the competition, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was all about the athletes and the plays and the final score.
Oh, yeah. At its core, it's still a football game.
But the Super Bowl, it quickly outgrew those purely athletic boundaries.
Right. It became something more, something bigger.
And a big part of that something more is the halftime show.
Oh, absolutely.
The article talks about how those performances, they became like this major, major attraction.
For sure.
Like Beyonce, Prince, Shakira, Michael Jackson.
Huge names.
Legends.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't just, quick little interludes. They were these full-blown productions.
Yeah, like spectacles in their own right.
And I think a lot of people who watched, they weren't even that into the game.
Right. They were there for the show.
Yeah, they were there for the music, the spectacle, the whole experience.
Yeah.
Do you think there was like a specific moment, a turning point, where it shifted from a quick break to this massive production?
That's a really interesting question. I mean, if you look at it, the scale, like the ambition of the halftime shows, it definitely seems to have ramped up over time.
Right.
Especially, I think, in the late 20th century, as viewership exploded, suddenly you've got this massive, diverse audience, and that's a huge opportunity for artists. So it incentivized them to really put on a show.
To really make it memorable.
Exactly. So it kind of cemented the halftime show as like this key part of the Super Bowl.
Like, you can't think of one without the other anymore.
Exactly.
And then, of course, you've got the commercials.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget those.
The article, it points out how those ads became just as big a part of the event as the game itself.
Oh, totally.
Like, people talk about them just as much.
Maybe even more sometimes.
Right. And it's become this thing where brands, they pull out all the stops.
They go all out.
They want to show their most creative, their most buzzworthy stuff.
It's like their Super Bowl, too, in a way.
Yeah, they want to create the ad everyone's talking about the next day.
And it makes sense, right? I mean, you've got millions of people watching.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate advertising platform.
Companies are shelling out huge, huge sums of money for those ad slots.
They know everyone's watching.
And it's become so ingrained in the Super Bowl.
Totally. It's part of the whole experience.
Like, people actually anticipate the commercials.
Right. It's not just about the game anymore. It's about the whole package.
The spectacle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But beyond the halftime shows and the commercials and all that, the article, it talks about something else that's key to the Super Bowls, like enduring appeal.
Okay, what's that?
those unforgettable moments within the game itself.
Oh, you mean those?
Those legendary plays, the crazy comebacks.
The ones you talk about for years.
Exactly. Those pivotal moments that become like part of sports history.
They define legacies.
Yeah, they define players, teams, they create those stories, those viral clips.
The things that keep the Super Bowl alive in our memories.
And those moments, they kind of become like folklore, right?
Yeah, like the tales we tell and retell.
They create this shared history, this shared excitement. And that contributes a lot to the Super Bowl's appeal.
Absolutely. They're part of what makes it so special.
Now, we can't talk about the Super Bowl without talking about the money.
Oh, yeah, the economic side of things.
The article, it actually calls it an economic monster, which, I mean,
Which is a pretty accurate description, right?
yeah, because it's not just the networks raking it in.
The host city gets a huge boost, too.
A massive economic surge.
It's a pretty staggering impact, really.
And the article, it breaks it down. Hotels, restaurants, transportation, merchandise.
Everything gets a piece of the pie.
It's like this massive financial engine.
And the potential benefits are huge. We're talking thousands of jobs, billions of dollars in revenue.
So it's a big undertaking for a city, but potentially.
But the payoff can be enormous.
Yeah. And, you know, this economic impact, I think it underlines a point that the article makes, which is the Super Bowl, it's not just for football fans anymore.
It's gone way beyond that.
Like people who don't watch any other football all year.
They'll still tune in for the Super Bowl.
They'll get together with their friends, their families.
It's become like a social ritual.
Right. It's this major cultural touchstone.
And the article even mentions like the food, nachos, buffalo wings.
They've become almost synonymous with the Super Bowl.
It's funny, right? Even if you don't care about the game.
You can still enjoy the atmosphere, the food, the company.
It's a time to come together.
Exactly. And for the players, the article points out that, you know, when they step onto that field,
It's not just another game.
it's the biggest stage there is.
The pressure must be immense.
Oh, for sure. But the rewards are huge, too.
I mean, imagine winning the Super Bowl MVP.
It's got to be a career-defining moment.
The article talks about how prestigious that award is.
Right.
It's not just a trophy.
It's a legacy.
It's like you're etched in history.
Yeah, it's the pinnacle of achievement in the sport.
And for many players, it's the ultimate dream.
And so we've seen this incredible growth, this massive media attention, this huge economic impact. But through it all, the article points to one constant element: the Super Bowl's power to bring people together.
It's a unifying force.
Whether you're at home, at a party, in the stadium.
It's a shared experience.
Yeah, and I think that's key. It creates this sense of community, this collective moment.
It's a time to celebrate the sport, the entertainment, the connection with your loved ones.
It's like in a world that often feels divided, the Super Bowl.
It brings people together.
So to recap, we've seen how the Super Bowl, it's gone from this relatively small sporting event in '67.
To this global celebration.
It's morphed from just a football game into this phenomenon.
It's sports, culture, entertainment, togetherness, all wrapped up in one.
In the article, it makes it really clear. It's not just a championship game anymore.
It's so much bigger than that.
It's captured the attention of the entire world.
It's become a cultural institution.
Well, that's our deep dive into the Super Bowl. Hopefully you, our listener, you've gotten a better understanding of what it really means and why it holds such a unique place in the world.
We'll be back with more explorations into the world of sports in future deep dives, so stay tuned for that.
Absolutely.
But before we go, I want to leave you with something to think about. You know, the Super Bowl, it's changed so much since its early days.
It's almost unrecognizable.
Right. So the question is, what's next? What could the next evolution of this global event look like? What will the Super Bowl of the future be?
That's a good one to ponder.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
See you next time.